And for more on that smash and grab robbery at Nordstrom over the weekend, we welcome attorney Rachel Fiset to discuss. Rachel, thank you so much for hopping on with us. So why do you think we are seeing the uptick in flash mobs stealing thousands of dollars worth of merchandise, especially these luxury brands?
A flash mob is hard to stop once they are in a store. So the security guard can only do so much. And when there are so many people coming to get the merchandise, and of course they're going for luxury goods, as that is their best bet for price per stolen item. The security guard is a little bit at a loss for what to do. He cannot use his armed force because unless he's acting in self-defense. In this case, the security guard was bear maced, so he was likely out of commission after that mace hit his face because it's so painful. But there's not much to do to stop 30 people running into a store, smashing various glass containers, and running out the door.
Wow. Maddening, really, to see these images that we were playing over your answer there, Rachel. So a security guard who tried to intervene, as you mentioned, sprayed with a chemical. How can these thefts be stopped or deterred? What can law enforcement do?
Law enforcement now needs to really go do their job and find some of the perpetrators, because once you have some, it will break down the ring, if you will. So there's 30 people, which does increase the chances that they can go find this type of mob, even just a couple of them, and then go forward. But what it really is it's up to the police now to truly go enforce and investigate these types of crimes.
You know, and in the meantime, how can stores make sure shoppers are safe? I'm sure many people are looking at this video going, you know what, I'll buy online. Can stores or companies be held liable when it comes to safety concerns?
It really depends on what they're doing regarding the safety concerns and what they see as foreseeable and how they are safeguarding their customers. So that is really a case-by-case basis as to whether the store would be negligent in protecting their customers. No customers were injured here. The best thing for a customer to do is to get out of the way and run for their own safety in this kind of thing. And that's the best thing for the store employees to do too, is everybody just protect themselves and protect the customers when this type of things happen, because it really is terrible and scary for the shoppers. And the flash mob is really not trying to be violent. They're trying to steal as much as they can. So the clients should get out of the way.
All right. And Rachel, we have about a minute left, but from a legal perspective, what do you think laws that would be in place that would actually help to stop this altogether? Do you see any laws that you think would be really imperative here?
It would be stiffening the penalties such that if you participate in any kind of mob, even if you only took one purse, so the penalty for stealing one purse versus stealing $100,000 worth of goods are different. But if each person is held liable for what their entire mob did or what anybody did during this robbery, that could help. But again, really putting the police attention on these types of robberies and really throwing the book at them would be the best way to stop them.
And how do you think this situation, Rachel, in about 30 seconds, what do you think this does for law enforcement morale? This has to have an impact.
The morale is bad. I mean, now things are getting more and increasing more, and these are not violent crimes. So mostly law enforcement would focus on violent crimes, but you also don't want to deter the economy in this way by not truly investigating, pressing charges, and getting to the bottom of these kinds of robberies.
All right, Rachel Fiset, thank you so much for your insight. Much appreciated.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.